Well, guys, I think I gave you guys an update on my Kirby play and the Forgotten Land playthrough. I'm not done with Wild Mode yet, but I really do think they were like, let's give them the EX mode like they had before, and just call it Wild Mode. Because, but there's a few differences. One, but I'll get to that in a minute. One, you have half health, like you have in Kirby Planet Robobot, Kirby Triple Deluxe, Kirby Return to Dreamland, and you kind of got that with the Ultimate Challenge in Kirby Star Allies, but I gotta admit, Wild Mode is pretty good. Although there are major differences, the bosses a little bit tougher, but not much. And the mini bosses, same thing. There's nothing really wild about them. They're basically just regular wild versions of themselves. And they don't call it EX or anything. It's kind of it disappoints me a little bit. As for the Isles, the Isolated Isles Extra, I did it. I beat the Isolated Isles. The Isolated Isles have what's called EX bosses, or as it likes to call them, illusionary bosses. Every boss you faced up until the final boss is illusionary. And they have brand new attacks. Their attacks are more, I guess you could call them more wild, pun intended. And each level, you have to find more stuff, which is pretty awesome. I'm not going to tell you what you're looking for, because that's a major spoiler for the ending of the main story. Now, there is one extra boss in the Isolated Isles. You got the two final bosses, actually three final bosses, and then you get an extra special one after you beat the original boss. And let me tell you, it will kick your butt if you do not if you do not buff everything. You have to buff up your HP. You're going to need to buff up your attack. I don't care if you put up to 999. You need to buff up your attack, because the final boss of the Isolated Isles will take you and just completely destroy you. Also bring you a Maximum Tomato. Don't use it until you fought the first two bosses in the final level. Because let me tell you, if you do not, you will be destroyed by the boss, which I did. I mean, that boss took me and just completely wrecked Kirby. And then I have to talk about the extras that you unlock after you've beaten the final boss, the actual final boss. There are two new cups that are added to the Mennonite Cup, and it's called Ultimate Challenge. No wait, yeah, Ultimate Challenge and Ultimate Challenge Z. And Ultimate Challenge makes you fight every boss you fought in the entire game. Yes, this is the arena. The thing I talked about. This is the arena. You're going to face every boss. Every single one that you fought before the Isolated Isles. Then there's the Ultimate Challenge Z. Or, I don't remember the name, but I'm going to go with that. And in that one, you fight every illusionary boss. The final two bosses. And then a secret character at the very end. Let's call it the soul version of that boss. I got to it. And I got past the first phase, and the second phase killed me. I got pretty close to beating it, but I was dumb and used my Maximado before I got to him, and it wrecked me. I mean, I'm not mad because it's the true arena. It's like the true arena. It's supposed to be hard. And I was pumped to fight this thing. I thought, you know what? If I lose this thing, I'm done. At least I tried. But I am going to try again tomorrow because there is a special ending if you can beat the final version of the boss. The final thing of the boss. I'm not going to go into details because I looked up on YouTube. If you guys want to look it up, you can. I just wanted to look and see how to fight this guy because that was really hard. Now, are there missions in the Isolated Isles? No. There are no there are no Waldies, but there are things you can get. And trust me, you want to get every single thing in the Isolated Isles. Because you get something really, really special if you do it. So, there you go. There is my complete final review of Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I was hoping Wild Mode could have given me a little more, but you know what? It is what it is. I mean, Wild Mode, it's harder. Is it as hard? And maybe the final boss, but all I gotta say is I'm done. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, other than me, finish up Wild Moments, I will do this weekend. I promise. I'm not gonna give up on Wild Mode. I'm to level 3 on Wild Mode, so I'm not giving up. I am going to go to the end of Wild Mode. I'm going to beat it. As for the Isolated Isles, I might try to beat it in Wild Mode, but don't get your hopes up. I'm not going to exactly try. I'm going to try, but I'm not going to make any promises because the final boss is tough as nails. I'm telling you, you heard me talk about the final boss. for the main game, it ain't nothing to compared to the true final boss. And the true ending is really awesome. But yeah, I gotta say, Isolated Isles really gave me that extra, gave Kirby and the Forgotten Land the extra boost it needed. It didn't need it, but it took my expectations, and it was here, but now it's up here. It blew my mind. The Isolated Isles. I'm telling you, if you beat the main story mode and you think, oh, I don't know if I can take on the Isolated Isles. I don't know if this is going to be easy. It's not, but it's worth it, especially for the ending. And you know, I forgot to tell you guys something about the game that I forgot to tell you at the last one. There's one more thing that made this game really shine. And no other Kirby game that I know of has this. The intro has, actually the intro and the outro has lyrics in Japanese and English. When I played that game the first time, I was like, what? It has lyrics? The game has lyrics! The intro has lyrics! This took it to jump up superstar level. It's not, the song isn't sang in English, but it has subtitles. It has subtitles. So that way you can understand what the singer is singing. And it is amazing. So, there you go. That is the final and last Kirby and the Forgotten Land review video. And I'm telling you guys, if my last video did not prove to you this game is worth buying, this video will. I mean, there's a lot of people that say it's too short, it's not as fun. Yes, it's short. Yes, there's not much fun to have. But I'm telling you, the final levels in the game, the penultimate levels, the Isolated Isles, will make you think twice about thinking this game is way too easy, because the Isolated Isles make you realize this game is going to kick your butt if you're not careful. There are bosses that were in the original, in the first part of the game. I was like, okay, I can beat these bosses easily. Then I got to the Isolated Isles, and I started having problems with the first boss in the original version, in the original part of the game, kicked my butt the first time. I was not prepared for this boss. I was like, okay, it's going to be the same thing, except it's going to be EX mode. Wrong. I was wrong. So anyway, I'm telling you, once you hit the first part of the game, go to the Isolated Isles. You will not be disappointed. I wasn't, and I'm happy to have played it all the way through. Again, I'm still in wild mode, but I'm kind of hoping that some of the final boss is a little tougher, but it is what it is. I mean, it's still a good game. In fact, I'm ready to give my verdict. I'm going to give this game a 9.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it is good. It is definitely worth playing all the way through. Even if you don't get 100%, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Go through the isolated aisles and do it. Even if it's your first Kirby game. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys next time. Which maybe a new review either on TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which I'm hoping to get eventually, or Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which I'm looking forward to buy too. And I might even talk about Life is Strange sometime.